Engine oil is the lifeblood of your car's engine. But let's be honest, most people don't really know much about it. You walk into a store, and there are shelves full of different brands, numbers like 5W30 and 10W40, synthetic, conventional, high mileage. It's overwhelming. What do these numbers even mean? Does synthetic oil really make a difference? And how often should you actually change it? Which grade does your car really need? Should you blindly trust your mechanic when it comes to engine oil, especially on a used car that you just bought? Here's the thing, using the wrong oil or neglecting oil changes can seriously damage your engine, leading to poor performance, higher fuel consumption, or even expensive repairs. And with so much conflicting advice out there, it's easy to make mistakes. But don't worry. In this video, I'm breaking it all down in the simplest way possible. We'll go over oil grades, the difference between synthetic and conventional, how long oil really lasts, and how to make the best choice for your car. By the end, you'll know exactly what your engine needs and how to keep it running smoothly for years to come. Understanding oil grades. What do those numbers mean? Engine oil plays a critical role in keeping your engine running smoothly, reducing friction, preventing wear, and even improving fuel efficiency. But when you walk into a store and see oil bottles labeled 5W30, 10W40, or 0W20, you might wonder, what do these numbers actually mean? Are they just random codes, or do they determine how well the oil will work in your engine? To keep it simple, these numbers represent the viscosity of the oil, or in other words, how thick or thin it is and how well it flows under different conditions. Let's break it down in detail. Breaking down the numbers. What does 5W30 or 10W40 mean? The numbers you see on oil labels follow the SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers, grading system, which classifies oil based on its ability to flow at different temperatures. The first number and W, cold temperature performance. The first number, followed by the letter W, stands for winter and tells you how well the oil flows when it's cold, like on a chilly morning when you start your car. A lower number means the oil remains thinner in cold weather, making it easier for your engine to start. A higher number means the oil is thicker in cold temperatures, which could make it harder for the engine to start, especially in freezing conditions. For example, 5W30 oil is designed to be thinner and flow more easily in cold temperatures than 10W40 oil, meaning it helps your engine start faster and reduces wear in cold weather. This is especially important for people who live in colder climates where temperatures drop significantly. The second number, hot temperature performance. The second number represents the oil's viscosity at operating temperature, around 100 degrees Celsius 212 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the typical temperature of an engine when it's fully warmed up. A higher number means the oil stays thicker at high temperatures, which can be beneficial for older engines, high-performance cars, or vehicles that carry heavy loads. A lower number means the oil stays thinner when hot, which can help improve fuel efficiency and ensure smoother engine operation in modern engines. For instance, 10W40 oil is thicker at high temperatures than 5W30, which means it provides better protection for engines that run hotter or operate under heavy stress. Common questions about oil grades. 1. Should I always use the oil grade recommended by my car's manual? Yes. Your vehicle's manufacturer has tested and designed the engine to work best with a specific oil grade. Using the wrong oil could cause excessive engine wear, poor performance, or even reduced fuel efficiency. 2. Can I switch between oil grades? In some cases, you can switch oil grades, but it depends on your climate and driving conditions. For example, if you live in colder regions, switching from 10W40 to 5W30 in winter might help with easier cold starts. If you drive a high-performance or older vehicle, using a slightly thicker oil in summer, like 10W40 instead of 5W30, may offer better protection. However, it's always best to stick to what your owner's manual recommends. 3. What happens if I use the wrong oil grade? Using an oil that's too thin, like 0W20 instead of 10W40, in an older or high-performance engine might not provide enough protection, leading to excessive engine wear. Using an oil that's too thick, like 15W50 instead of 5W30, in a modern engine could make it harder for the oil to circulate properly, increasing fuel consumption and reducing efficiency. 4. Does oil get thicker or thinner over time? Engine oil naturally breaks down and loses its original viscosity over time due to heat, contaminants, and wear. This is why regular oil changes are essential. Old oil won't protect your engine as well as fresh oil. Why choosing the right oil grade matters. Using the correct oil grade ensures your engine starts smoothly in all weather conditions, stays well lubricated at high temperatures, prevents wear and tear on internal components, maintains fuel efficiency, lasts longer with fewer breakdowns. Oil viscosity is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to choosing the right oil. Next, let's talk about synthetic versus conventional oil. Which one is better for your engine, and do you really need synthetic oil? Stay tuned. Synthetic versus conventional oil. What's the difference? When choosing engine oil, one of the biggest questions people ask is, should I use synthetic or conventional oil? You've probably heard that synthetic is better, but is it really worth the extra cost? And what makes it different from conventional oil? Let's break it down so you know exactly which one is best for your car. What is conventional oil? Conventional oil, also known as mineral oil, is derived directly from crude oil. It's refined and treated with additives to improve its performance, but at its core, it's still a naturally occurring petroleum-based product. Pros of conventional oil. More affordable. It's the cheaper option, making it attractive for budget-conscious drivers. Works well for older engines. Some older vehicles were designed to run on conventional oil and may not need synthetic. Sufficient for basic driving. If you don't drive aggressively and stick to short, local trips, conventional oil might be enough. Cons of conventional oil. Breaks down faster. It's less stable at high temperatures and degrades more quickly, requiring more frequent oil changes. Less protection. It doesn't lubricate as efficiently as synthetic oil, which can lead to more wear and tear over time. More sludge buildup. Conventional oil is more prone to forming sludge and deposits inside the engine, especially in extreme conditions. What is synthetic oil? Synthetic oil is man-made and engineered with specially refined base oils and high-performance additives. Unlike conventional oil, synthetic oil molecules are uniform in size and structure, reducing friction and providing superior protection. Pros of synthetic oil. Lasts longer. Synthetic oil resists breakdown, meaning you can go longer between oil changes, often 7,500 to 15,000 miles instead of 3,000 to 5,000 for conventional oil. Handles extreme temperatures better. It flows well in cold weather for easier startups and stays stable in high heat, preventing breakdown. Provides better engine protection. Synthetic oil reduces engine wear, keeps components cleaner, and minimizes sludge buildup. Improves fuel efficiency. Reduced friction means the engine runs more smoothly, leading to better fuel economy in some cases. Cons of synthetic oil. Crossmark more expensive. It typically costs 2 to 3 times more than conventional oil. Not always necessary. If you drive an older car with a simple engine and change oil regularly, synthetic oil may not provide significant benefits. What about synthetic blends? If you want a middle ground, there's also synthetic blend oil, a mix of conventional and synthetic oils. It provides some of the benefits of synthetic oil, better protection and longevity, while being more affordable than full synthetic. Synthetic blends are a great choice for light trucks, SUVs, and vehicles that carry heavier loads since they offer better resistance to high temperatures. Which one should you use? The best way to decide is to check your owner's manual. Many modern cars are designed to use synthetic oil from the factory. If your car requires synthetic oil, like many high-performance or turbocharged engines, you must use it. If your car allows either, synthetic oil is usually the better choice, especially if you want longer intervals between oil changes and better engine protection. If you have an older car with high mileage, conventional oil or a high-mileage synthetic blend may be a better fit, depending on how you drive. Final verdict. If you want to save money and don't drive aggressively, conventional oil or a synthetic blend may be fine. If you want the best performance, protection, and longer oil change intervals, go for full synthetic oil. Coming up next, how long does engine oil actually last and how can you check it? One of the biggest questions car owners ask is, how often should I change my engine oil? Some say every 3,000 miles, while others say 10,000 miles or more. The truth is, it depends on multiple factors, including the type of oil, your driving habits, and your car's engine. Let's break it all down so you know exactly when to change your oil and how to check if it's still good. How long does engine oil last? Oil doesn't last forever, even if you don't drive much. Over time, it breaks down, loses its lubricating properties, and becomes contaminated with dirt, carbon deposits, and moisture. Here's a general guide to how long different types of oil last. Conventional oil needs to be changed every 3,000 to 5,000 miles or every 3 to 6 months, depending on driving conditions. Synthetic blend oil typically lasts 5,000 to 7,500 miles before requiring a change. Full synthetic oil can last 7,500 to 15,000 miles, with some high-end synthetics designed to go even longer. However, these numbers depend on how and where you drive. Let's talk about that. What affects oil life? Your driving habits and environment play a huge role in how long your oil lasts. Even if you're using synthetic oil, Some conditions can shorten its lifespan. Short trips and stop-and-go traffic. If you frequently take short drives, under 10 minutes, your engine doesn't get hot enough to burn off moisture, leading to faster oil contamination. Extreme temperatures. Very hot or very cold weather puts extra stress on engine oil. Cold weather thickens the oil, while extreme heat can cause it to degrade faster. Towing or heavy loads. If you tow trailers, haul heavy cargo, or drive in mountainous areas, your engine works harder, meaning the oil breaks down quicker. Turbocharged or high-performance engines. These engines generate more heat and pressure, requiring oil changes more frequently than a regular engine. Older vehicles. Older engines tend to have more wear, causing oil to degrade faster and require more frequent changes. So, while synthetic oil might last 10,000 plus miles in ideal conditions, if you're driving in stop-and-go traffic every day in hot weather, you might need to change it much sooner. How to check if your oil needs changing. Instead of blindly following mileage intervals, you should check your oil regularly to see if it actually needs changing. Here's how. 1. Check your dipstick. Make sure your car is parked on a level surface and the engine is cold, or has been off for at least 10 minutes. Pull out the oil dipstick, usually has a yellow or orange handle. Wipe it clean with a rag, then insert it back in fully and pull it out again. Check the oil level. If it's below the minimum mark, you may need to add oil. Check the oil color. Golden or light brown equals good condition. Dark brown or black equals old but may still be fine. Gritty or sludgy equals time for an oil change. Milky or frothy equals possible coolant leak. Get your engine checked as soon as possible. 2. Check for the oil change light. Most modern cars have an oil life monitoring system that calculates oil condition based on driving habits and engine conditions. If the oil change light comes on, don't ignore it. 3. Watch for symptoms of bad oil. Louder engine noise. Oil reduces friction. If it's too old, the engine might sound louder. Decreased fuel efficiency. Dirty oil increases engine resistance, lowering fuel economy. Sluggish acceleration. If your car feels slow and unresponsive, old oil could be to blame. Burning oil smell. If you smell burning oil inside the cabin, it could mean your oil is too old or leaking. When should you change your oil? To sum it up, the best way to know when to change your oil is to follow your car's manual for recommended intervals. Check your oil regularly using the dipstick test. Consider your driving conditions. If you drive in extreme conditions, change oil more frequently. Regular oil changes keep your engine running smoothly, prevent costly repairs, and extend your car's lifespan. Up next, let's talk about some of the biggest oil change myths that people still believe. How to know if your car is running on the right oil. Using the right engine oil is crucial for keeping your car running smoothly and avoiding costly engine damage. But with so many different oil types, grades, and brands, how can you be sure you're using the right one? Here's how to check if your car is running on the correct oil and what signs to look for if it isn't. 1. Check your owner's manual. The best way to know the right oil for your car is to check the owner's manual. It will tell you the recommended viscosity grade, like 5W, 30 or 10W, 40. Whether your car requires synthetic, conventional, or synthetic blend oil. Any specific certifications the oil should have, API, ILSAC, or ACEA ratings. Ignoring the manufacturer's recommendations can lead to poor engine performance, increased wear, or even long-term damage. 2. Look at the oil cap or sticker. Many cars have the recommended oil printed on the oil cap under the hood. If not, mechanics often place an oil change sticker on the windshield after servicing your vehicle, which includes the oil type used. 3. Watch for signs of using the wrong oil. If you or a mechanic have recently changed your oil but used the wrong type, your car might show some of these warning signs. Poor cold weather starts. If the oil is too thick, high viscosity, it can make cold starts harder, especially in winter. Increased engine noise. The wrong oil may not lubricate engine components properly, leading to ticking, knocking, or louder engine operation. Reduced fuel economy. If the oil is too thick or not optimized for your engine, it can create more resistance, causing a drop in fuel efficiency. Oil leaks. Some synthetic oils are thinner than conventional ones and can seep through older engine seals if they aren't designed for it. Burning smell or smoke from the exhaust. If the oil is too thin or not providing proper lubrication, it can overheat and burn off, leading to excessive smoke or a burning oil smell. Sluggish performance. If your car feels sluggish or unresponsive, the oil may not be providing the right level of protection and lubrication. If you experience any of these symptoms after an oil change, it's worth checking whether the correct oil was used. 4. Check your oil condition regularly. If you suspect you're using the wrong oil, Inspect it using the dipstick method. If the oil looks too thick or sludgy, it might be breaking down faster than it should, meaning it's not right for your car. If the oil is too thin, it may not be providing enough lubrication, especially for high mileage or performance engines. 5. Use high mileage or manufacturer-specific oils if needed. For older cars with more than 75,000 miles, consider using a high mileage oil that helps prevent leaks and wear. Some brands like BMW, Mercedes, or Volkswagen require specific oil formulas that meet manufacturer-approved certifications. Using non-approved oil can lead to engine issues and even void warranties. What to do if you're using the wrong oil? If you think you've used the wrong oil, here's what you can do. If symptoms appear immediately, consider changing the oil as soon as possible. If the car runs fine but you're unsure, you can wait until the next scheduled oil change but ensure the correct oil is used next time. If you notice serious issues like knocking, leaks, or excessive smoke, don't wait. Get an oil change immediately to avoid potential engine damage. Using the correct oil ensures better performance, fuel efficiency, and engine longevity. Here's how to make the best choice for your vehicle. 1. Choose the right viscosity, oil grade. Viscosity refers to the oil's thickness and ability to flow at different temperatures. It's labeled as 5W30, 10W40, etc. First number, before W, indicates how well the oil flows in cold temperatures. Lower is better for winter. Second number, after W, represents how well the oil holds up under high heat. Higher is better for hot conditions. General guidelines. 5W30 or 0W20. Best for all-season use, common in modern cars. 10W40 or 15W40. Ideal for warmer climates or older engines. 20W50. Used in high-performance or heavy-duty engines. 2. Pick the right type of oil. There are 3 main types of engine oil. Conventional oil, affordable but requires more frequent changes, every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Best for older, low-mileage cars. Synthetic oil, lasts longer, 7,500 to 15,000 miles, offers better protection, and is ideal for modern, turbocharged, or high-performance engines. Synthetic blend oil, a mix of synthetic and conventional, providing better protection than conventional at a lower cost than full synthetic. High-mileage oil, designed for vehicles with over 75,000 miles, helping reduce leaks and engine wear. If your car already runs on synthetic oil, don't switch back to conventional, as it may affect performance. 3. Consider your driving conditions. Your environment and driving habits play a huge role in oil selection. Frequent short trips, engine doesn't warm up fully, leading to faster oil contamination. Synthetic oil is better. Extreme temperatures, cold climates require 0W or 5W oil, while hot climates need higher viscosity like 10W40. Towing and heavy loads. Choose synthetic oil with higher heat resistance. High-performance engines. Always use synthetic oil for better lubrication under high stress. If you drive in severe conditions, you may need to change oil more frequently than standard intervals. 4. Look for oil certifications. To ensure quality, check for certification labels. API, American Petroleum Institute, API SP or SN for modern engines. ILSAC GF 6 improves fuel efficiency and engine protection. ACEA standards, required for many European cars. Stick to trusted brands like Mobil 1, Castrol, Valvoline, Pennzoil, Shell, or Modal to ensure high-quality oil. 5. Follow a regular oil change schedule. Even the best oil degrades over time. Here's a general guide. Conventional oil, change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Synthetic blend oil, change every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Full synthetic oil, change every 7,500 to 15,000 miles. If your car has an oil life monitor, follow its recommendations based on driving conditions. Making the best oil choice is to keep your engine in top shape. Choose the right viscosity for your climate. Use synthetic oil for better performance and longevity. Opt for high-mileage oil if your car has over 75,000 miles. Follow a proper oil change schedule. Use high-quality, certified oil to avoid engine damage. Using the right oil keeps your engine protected, improves fuel efficiency, and helps avoid costly repairs. Now you know exactly what to look for when choosing the best oil for your car. And that's a wrap. Now you know everything about engine oils, grades, types, how long they last, and how to choose the best one for your car. If you found this video helpful, Make sure to hit that like button to help more car owners find this info. Don't forget to subscribe for more car tips, maintenance guides, and everything you need to keep your ride running smoothly. And if you have any questions or personal experiences with engine oils, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.